Hey everybody, and welcome to RX Vegan. It's the holidays, so I'm going to take you through how I make rice pudding using my pressure cooker. I use an Instant Pot because that's my favorite kind of pressure cooker. And what I've done is I've taken two different kinds of rice, both arborio and brown. I like to combine two different kinds of rice for this rice pudding. I love using brown because it's got so many more nutrients really than the white polished rice does. So this time I did 1 cup of arborio and a half a cup of the brown rice. This is kind of a special rice pudding. It's more of a holiday treat. So I've sweetened it up a little bit more, as I'll explain to you as we go on. And I'm also making it a little bit creamier with more of the white arborio rice. So essentially what I did is I started with putting my Instant Pot on saute, and I have already done the first step, so I'm going to just explain it to you. I put my rice, the sugar, I used just an organic cane sugar. I recommend, in this recipe, I use 3/4 to 1 cup of sugar because it's a holiday treat. I'm sweetening it up a little bit more and going with the full 1 cup of sugar. So I put the rice, the sugar, and the nut milks in, and as well as salt, and I stir it up on saute, and I keep stirring until it starts to boil, and then I put my lid back on and seal it up. And I set my Instant Pot for 22 minutes manual because of the brown rice. If you don't use brown rice, then as long as you bring it to a boil, you can just press the rice button and you'll get a good result. Make sure that your steam release is on seal so that you can that it'll cook properly. I'll just give you one tip about the nut milks that I use. If I'm just making it during the year for no good reason, just want to have it as a treat, I'll use a low-fat coconut milk and probably about 1/3 low-fat coconut milk to just regular my own homemade almond milk. But because it's the holidays, I found this almond nog. It's actually not that sweet or flavorful, as it turns out. I don't know if I really recommend buying it, but I picked it up because I thought it would be interesting to have a little bit of extra flavor in this rice pudding because it's the holidays. So I used 2 cans of this light coconut milk. And for the remainder of the 5 cups of nut milk that I put in the pressure cooker, I used the remainder was this almond nog that it's put out by Earth's Own. So that once this thing has been set up, you've done the saute to the boil, stirred it so that the sugar melted, dissolved, then go ahead and let this continue to cook. It's already cooked, that's why I'm not starting it. And in the meantime, while that's cooking, you can get the rest of the ingredients ready, and that would be 2 flax eggs, and these are my flax eggs. Flax eggs are simply 1 tablespoon of ground flax to 3 tablespoons of water, and for this recipe I put in 2 flax eggs. And the important part is that you combine the flax and the water together and then leave it to become gelatinous, like an egg. It has like an egg consistency after, except it doesn't have any of the things that you don't want, like cholesterol or saturated fat like an egg does. Instead, it's got some really great nutrients in the flax. So I've made my flax eggs, and so in this separate bowl, you're going to add the golden raisins, which I have right here. Be generous with them. I say 1 cup, but don't be afraid to add more. 1 more cup of a nut milk, and again, I'm using this almond nog. Ordinarily, I would just use my own homemade almond milk or purchased. So we're just going to combine all of this together, including the flax eggs, because they've been left to sit for 10 minutes and become gelatinous. The other really important ingredient to use is really good quality vanilla. I got these when I used to live in Singapore. I got these really cool heart-shaped measuring spoon set from a friend there. I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to use that, and I use 1.5 teaspoons of a really great quality vanilla. This is a Madagascar bourbon. It's just a President's Choice from Loblaws, and it's got great flavor and aroma. So 1.5 teaspoons of that's going to go into this mixture. And then the next thing that you can add is cinnamon, and really I'm usually fairly generous with the cinnamon. I would say probably about a teaspoon mixed in there. So you're going to mix this all up, and once it's all mixed up together, let's just make sure I've got everything. Yep. This is finished cooking, 22 minutes plus letting it sit for 10 extra minutes after. Usually after 10 minutes you don't have to release the steam, but in case you're a little nervous about it, you can go ahead and do that. So you can see, this is a little bit hot, you can see that the rice pudding that's been cooked so far is fairly thick, and it smells amazing. And what you're going to do is just add this flax mixture with the vanilla, the raisins, and cinnamon in it. And then it's so simple. I'm excited because I'm going to make this for Christmas morning. I think this is going to be a fantastic thing to be enjoying on Christmas morning while we're all sitting around the fire opening our gifts. So you mix this all in, and really once it's heated through, that's about all you need to do. And you can see how it looks, and it's really gorgeous, thick and creamy. It's perfect right out of the pressure cooker, but you can certainly jar it. I've got some jars. I'll store it in this jar, and I actually have a couple of friends I'm going to give some to tomorrow. So I'm just going to use one of these measuring spoons and taste it. So good. Creamy and delicious. I might even add a little bit more cinnamon. And that is so good. And that's it. It's that simple. Anyway, take care, and happy holidays, everyone, and we'll see you in the new year.